Welcome to Lumbic Crime TV. The Drawer's Secret, a chilling investigation into uncovering a hidden child. It was an ordinary morning in a suburban neighborhood, a picturesque street with manicured lawns. But behind the walls of one unassuming home lay a horrifying secret that would leave even seasoned investigators reeling. A routine welfare check would soon uncover something more sinister than anyone imagined. Inside the seemingly harmless home, officers followed a tip that led them to a bedroom. As they opened a drawer tucked beneath a low-hanging bed, they froze. Inside was a little girl, disheveled and barely responsive. She had lived there, hidden from the world, for nearly 3 years. The child's condition spoke of years of neglect, hair matted into knots, skin riddled with rashes, and a face pale from lack of sunlight. Their hearts sank. How could someone do this? Authorities immediately took the child into protective custody, marking the beginning of a dark and twisted investigation. The community was stunned. How could this secret fester in plain sight? As whispers spread, so did speculation. Detectives dug deeper, determined to uncover the truth about why the mother had imprisoned her own baby in such horrifying conditions. The home's secrets were darker than expected. The mother, once seen as an average woman, had built a facade of normalcy. To neighbors, she was reserved but polite. No one suspected the bizarre and sinister behavior hidden inside. As investigators combed through her life, clues pointed to an eerily calculated plan. Books on ritualistic practices, cryptic notes, and crude symbols were discovered strewn across the house. It became clear she had constructed her own twisted reality. Detectives hypothesized these rituals were her attempt to justify the confinement, trapping her baby in a world of darkness and control. Interviews with the mother revealed a pattern of manipulation. She painted herself as a victim, claiming that protecting her child was necessary. This raised unsettling questions. Was she deluded, or was it a calculated lie to cover years of selfish neglect? Experts debated the depths of her culpability. More shocking still, close family members revealed no knowledge of the child's existence. How could a baby be born, live, and nearly grow into a toddler without anyone knowing? Meticulously, the mother had erased evidence of the girl's presence in social interactions and records alike. The baby, identified as nearly 3 years old, had never walked, spoken, or seen sunlight. The extent of deprivation was staggering. Doctors described developmental delays so severe that rehabilitation seemed daunting. Orally, she flinched at voices, unfamiliar with human interaction. She had lived a lifetime without love or care. Forensic experts testified that prolonged confinement stunts not only physical growth, but emotional and cognitive development. The baby endured isolation akin to imprisonment. Every moment in the drawer chipped away at the innocence of a childhood that should have been filled with laughter, learning, and freedom. The case dominated headlines, demanding swift legal action. Prosecutors painted the mother as cold and calculating, while her defense tried to argue mental instability. The court aired shocking evidence, journal entries detailing her bizarre justifications and supplies meant to sustain life, barely, that supported her twisted deception. Despite the defense's plea for leniency, the judge condemned her actions as inexcusable. She was sentenced to 7.5 years in prison, a punishment many found insufficient. Yet the courtroom drama left the most haunting question unanswered: what truly motivated her heartless behavior? As the case closed, investigators made one more discovery, a chilling twist that reframed the entire narrative. Hidden in an attic was what seemed to be a makeshift altar, littered with odd trinkets and eerie symbols. Experts speculated this could tie the mother's intent to warped ritualistic beliefs. She had circled the words purity and protection in a diary found nearby. It became clear the child's suffering had been masked under a delusional obsession. This final twist painted an even more unnerving picture, a misguided attempt at safeguarding wrapped in horror. The investigation ended, but questions remained etched in people's minds. How could neighbors miss signs of abuse? How common is suffering tucked behind closed doors? This case served as a grim reminder to remain vigilant. The story continued to haunt the public long after the courtroom emptied. What haunts us more than the events themselves is our failure to recognize silent cries for help. Today, remember this child's lost years and be the person who speaks up when something feels amiss. Share this story educate yourself on the signs of abuse, and save the voiceless from suffering. Like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. Thanks for watching.